Welcome to Learning Life Content. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and motivates us to bring you more fascinating and enriching stories. History tells a tale of two distinct colonial worlds, each with its own unique trajectory and outcomes. On one hand, we had the victor's powerful nations that built vast empires spanning continents and oceans. Britain, France, Spain, and Portugal were the dominant forces of this era. Their influence felt far and wide. Their flags flew proudly on every continent, symbolizing their extensive reach and control. Their architectural styles, cultural imprints, and economic systems reshaped the world in profound ways. On the other hand, some nations faced significant challenges and struggled to join this colonial race. Germany and Italy serve as prime examples of nations whose colonial ambitions were met with numerous obstacles. Despite their ambitions of empire, their efforts often fell short due to a variety of factors. Why did this stark colonial divide emerge between the successful and the struggling? What were the key elements that separated the colonial titans from those left behind in the race for global dominance? This essay delves into the myriad factors that shaped this colonial divide, examining the early advantages and strategic decisions. We will explore the early advantages enjoyed by Britain, France, Spain, and Portugal, which set the stage for their dominance. Their head start, combined with unparalleled maritime prowess and strategic naval routes, paved their path to colonial dominance. We will then turn our focus to Germany and Italy, whose colonial ambitions were fraught with challenges. These nations faced a different reality, marked by late unification and internal political struggles. Their late unification and a lack of naval power significantly hampered their colonial aspirations and ability to compete on the global stage. Geopolitical realities, including alliances and conflicts, further complicated their pursuit of overseas territories. Through this detailed examination, we aim to understand the complex dynamics of colonial success and failure. By analyzing the contrasting trajectories of these nations, we can glean insights into the intricate interplay of timing, resources, and strategy in shaping global power dynamics. The legacy of colonialism continues to influence the world today, with its roots deeply embedded in our modern societies. Understanding its roots is crucial to navigate the present and future, as we continue to grapple with its enduring impacts. The age of exploration, beginning in the 15th century, marked a monumental turning point in the annals of history. European nations, driven by an insatiable thirst for wealth, power, and prestige, embarked on ambitious voyages to explore and conquer uncharted territories. This era heralded the dawn of large-scale colonialism, where empires sought to expand their dominions across the globe. Portugal, under the visionary leadership of Prince Henry the Navigator, took the lead by establishing strategic trading posts along the African coast and pioneering a sea route to India. Spain, not to be outdone, focused its efforts on the New World, sending conquistadors to the Americas to claim vast territories and untold riches. These early expeditions yielded immense wealth, filling the coffers of European monarchies and fueling their ambitions. Britain and France soon joined the fray, eager to carve out their own empires and secure their place in the burgeoning global order. They established colonies in North America and the Caribbean, laying the groundwork for future expansion and dominance. This early start provided them with a crucial advantage, allowing them to secure prime territories and resources. They claimed resource-rich landscapes and strategic port locations, which became vital hubs for trade and military operations. These early colonies formed the bedrock of their burgeoning empires, serving as launch pads for further expansion. Control over key trade routes allowed them to monopolize lucrative goods such as spices, sugar, and slaves, further enriching their nations. This influx of wealth fueled further expansion, solidifying their positions as dominant global powers. The early bird advantage extended beyond mere economics. It provided the time needed to develop robust colonial infrastructure, efficient administrative systems, and formidable military presence. This allowed for greater control and systematic exploitation of their colonies, maximizing their gains. More importantly, it enabled them to adapt to the myriad challenges of colonialism and refine their strategies over time. This head start proved invaluable in the long run, setting the stage for centuries of dominance. It created a self-perpetuating cycle of wealth, power and expansion, ensuring their place in history as formidable empires. Colonial ambitions required more than just the will to conquer. They needed the means to do so effectively and sustainably. Here, maritime technology played a crucial role, acting as the backbone of these expansive endeavours. Britain, France, Spain and Portugal invested heavily in shipbuilding and navigation, recognising the strategic importance of a powerful navy. They developed advanced ships such as the carrack and the galleon, which were marvels of engineering for their time. These ships were faster, more manoeuvrable and capable of longer voyages, allowing them to traverse the vast oceans with greater efficiency. They could transport large quantities of goods and soldiers, which was essential for establishing and maintaining far-flung colonies. Advancements in navigation were equally important, providing the necessary tools to explore and chart unknown waters. The astrolabe and the compass allowed for more accurate navigation across vast oceans, reducing the risks of long voyages. This enabled European powers to establish extensive trade routes and reach distant lands, opening up new opportunities for wealth and influence. These maritime advancements gave them a decisive edge over other nations, allowing them to dominate the seas and control critical trade routes. They could reach more territories, control vital sea lanes and project their power across the globe, establishing a formidable presence. This maritime dominance had far-reaching consequences, reshaping global trade and political landscapes. It facilitated the transatlantic slave trade, a dark chapter in human history that had devastating impacts on countless lives. It also enabled the transfer of plants, animals and diseases between continents, forever altering the course of history through the Columbian Exchange. The maritime prowess of these early colonizers laid the foundation for their global empires and shaped the world as we know it, leaving a lasting legacy that continues to influence modern geopolitics. Section 4, a late start for the late bloomers, Germany and Italy's unification. While Britain, France, Spain and Portugal were busy carving up the world, Germany and Italy were inward-looking, preoccupied with their own fragmented states. They were not unified nations, but rather a patchwork of smaller states, each with its own rulers, laws and interests. This internal division hindered their ability to participate in the early stages of colonialism, as they were more focused on internal affairs. Germany, for example, was a collection of principalities and duchies with competing interests, often at odds with one another. Italy was similarly divided into several kingdoms and republics, each with its own ambitions and rivalries. This lack of political unity had significant consequences, as it prevented them from acting as cohesive entities on the global stage. It prevented them from establishing a unified national identity, a strong central government, and a cohesive national strategy, all of which were crucial for successful colonial endeavours. This internal fragmentation meant that their resources were directed inwards, focusing on internal conflicts and consolidation rather than overseas expansion, which was the focus of their European counterparts. By the time Germany and Italy achieved unification in the late 19th century, the colonial landscape had already been largely shaped by other European powers, leaving them at a significant disadvantage. The most desirable territories were already claimed, leaving Germany and Italy to scramble for the remaining, less lucrative lands. The established colonial powers possessed vast empires, powerful navies, and intricate trade networks, which further solidified their dominance. Breaking into this established order proved to be a formidable challenge for the newly unified Germany and Italy, as they struggled to find their place in an already crowded colonial world. Section 5. Landlocked ambitions, Germany and Italy's limited naval power. Naval power was the backbone of colonial empires, serving as the primary means for nations to extend their influence and control across vast oceans. It enabled countries to project their military might across distant waters, transport large numbers of troops, secure and control vital trade routes, and defend their far-flung colonies from rival powers. In this critical aspect, Germany and Italy faced a significant disadvantage when compared to their British, French, Spanish and Portuguese counterparts, who had long established and formidable naval traditions. While these established powers had been investing in and expanding their naval capabilities for centuries, Germany and Italy were relatively latecomers to the naval arms race. Germany, despite its rapid industrialization and economic growth in the late 19th century, possessed a navy that was relatively small and underdeveloped compared to its rivals. Its geographical location, with limited access to the Atlantic Ocean and a coastline primarily along the North and Baltic Seas, further hampered its naval ambitions and strategic reach. Italy, despite its extensive and strategically located coastline along the Mediterranean Sea, also struggled with a lack of a strong naval tradition and the industrial capacity necessary to build and maintain a powerful fleet. This deficiency in naval power had direct and profound consequences for their colonial aspirations, limiting their ability to compete on equal footing with the established naval powers. Without a formidable navy, Germany and Italy could not effectively challenge the dominance of the British, French, Spanish and Portuguese fleets, nor could they secure control over the crucial sea lanes and maritime choke points. Their ability to protect their colonial possessions, project power in distant lands, and respond to threats was severely limited, making their colonial holdings more vulnerable to external pressures and internal unrest. This naval disadvantage forced Germany and Italy to adopt different colonial strategies, focusing more on land-based expansion in regions such as Africa and the Pacific. They often targeted territories that were less attractive or more challenging to control, hoping to carve out their own spheres of influence despite their naval limitations. This strategic approach, however, put them at a disadvantage from the outset, underscoring the crucial link between naval power and colonial success during this era of imperial competition. Thank you for watching Learning Life content. Please like, share, comment and subscribe. Your support helps us grow and motivates us to bring you more fascinating and enriching stories.